Right, so, brief introduction to what the challenge acts are. Challenge acts are there for padding. They are variations on a theme. They give you little challenges to do, as the name suggests, and all you need to do is complete one per level. It could be Classic Sonic, it could be Modern Sonic, it doesn't really matter, but you just complete one per level. And that's about it, really. And as soon as you complete one, it unlocks a boss key. You get 3 boss keys, you can do it. Now, even though you only need to complete one per level, I am going to show you all of them. This part is the Green Hill Zone part, and it'll carry on, you know, in order, and it will carry on as normal. Anyway, this first challenge is the one that appears on every single level in both Modern and Classic Sonic versions, so that means there are 18 versions of this challenge. It's the exact same challenge. Basically, it's a race against a doppelganger Sonic. It's basically just a ghost. Unfortunately, missed opportunity, you don't race against the other Sonic. There are 2 Sonics and they thought, hey, we'll still do a ghost. Whatever. I think it's partially because obviously they have different levels with different moves and abilities, blah blah blah. But yeah, we'll touch on the races a bit more as we go along. So there you go. Yes, I did quite well on that one. The second challenge is it's maybe, I think this is the enemy challenge. You get enemy challenges that come up, where basically the level is littered with a particular enemy. In this case, it's the Buzz Bombers, I think they're called, the bee things that shoot you, which I think are not actually from Green Hill, the original Green Hill. I think they might be from Emerald Hill in Sonic 2. Need to double check that one, can't remember, but yes. So basically, that's the whole thing of this one. It's kind of interesting because you can use them as platforms in this occasionally, like there. In a few instances, like a few of them will fly past you suddenly, you've got to react quickly to jump off them, that kind of thing. I'm not sure if this is one of the levels where they can reappear if you absolutely need to use it. See, there you go, I missed that. One of the things you might have noticed, I'll touch on it at some point, is the clocks, but I will touch on that at some point. This is the first, I don't know why I left in this loading screen, but hey, it's in there. As Knuckles suggests, this is a race. Again, each level, one of the other themes they do is a friend-related level. Each friend has a rivalry level and a friendly level. This is the Knuckles rivalry level where you're going to race against Knuckles. Each level only has one friend thing, and you will see them all as we go along. Knuckles keeps making really irritating noises, I don't know why. I don't know what all that noise is all about, but he keeps doing it. There are also really big enemies in this area, and I have no idea why. You can't actually defeat them, and I can't actually get onto this platform properly. But you can't actually defeat them because they're just big. They're basically just platforms in the shape of enemies. It's kind of weird. You're not bad. Shut up. Oh, Knuckles. Why can't you be more gangster? It's funny when you're gangster. Like in Sonic Adventure 2, when every single bit of music that is associated with you is a rap song. It's hilarious. We'll touch on Sonic Adventure 2 at some point later. Yeah. There's a lot of things coming up later. The music that you're hearing right now is more Sonic history. Oh no, it's a remix of Super Sonic Racing from Sonic R, which was the ill-fated racing game on the Sega Saturn. And it even samples like an advert for the Sega Saturn at the beginning of it. I don't know why, it just does. It's one of the few instances where I actually accept auto-tune. This level just has the normal music. When I played Generations, I did actually switch out the music for the challenge act all the time. I just kept putting different music on. But I'm not doing that here. I'm going to play the normal music just because. Yeah. What's over here? Nothing. Let's go the wrong way. What was I saying? This challenge, yes, I'm going to talk about this challenge. This challenge is all about those swingy things that we're seeing swinging around. All about those. The challenge is based around that. One thing you might have noticed is that all of these, well, that's confusing, is that all of the levels that are actually based in the actual level, but they've like put in barriers and stuff, and in some cases they seem to have built an entire area just for the purposes of this, which is what this level seems to be. It just seems to have been, they've just built this area within the level, probably like floating above one of those loops. So, it's all variations. What's the next one? What's the next one? Yes, alright, took my time getting to the next one. This one is the Power Sneaker Challenge, where basically you have to use power sneakers. Which, this is one of the levels where if you switch out the music, it's really, you don't really get to feel the effects of having a different piece of music in. Why? Because every time the music speeds up, you get the speeded up music from Sonic Adventure, I think it is. So it just automatically switches it for no matter what you pick. Obviously, if you're using the normal music, it's just a speeded up version of the normal music for that level. And I hit the spikes, because I'm an idiot. The idea, this is an absolutely shoddy run of this level, by the way. I'm not like trying to show you the proper runs of these. This bit reminds me of Spring Yard Zone a little bit. But anyway, just that bit, nothing else. The idea is that you're supposed to be just coasting through the level pretty much constantly in the Power Sneakers thing. But no. Those who don't know what the Power Sneakers are, right, as you saw that TV there, the Power Sneakers, they increase your speed, that's all it is. I got an A rank, not an S rank. I suppose I didn't do worse than that, but okay. So that's all the classic ones, and this is the first modern one. This is the challenge on this one is that certain parts of the level crumble. So you need to make sure that you don't stay on them for too long, like those platforms there. And I did quite badly on this one too. Whoops. In case you hadn't realised, I'm doing all this in post-commentary, the entire LP. So you know, I like that that platform gives you enough time to get onto the other platform before it crumbles. I don't see that very often, which is unfortunate. See, I'm doing really badly. I screwed up that jump. I have no idea what's going on there. You'd think I'd be better at this. You'd think, but I'm not. Sorry to disappoint you all. Sorry to shatter your illusions of me. I'll do better next time. I promise. I'm writing it on a piece of paper. I owe you better gameplay. But yeah, this is roughly around the point. I kept having to do this whole section over and over again. It was really bad. I apologise. You might be able to spot the edit. I don't know. I'm not drawing attention to it. I'm beyond the days of pointing at things. Here we go. This is... let's race Tails in the plane. Tails has a plane, which is not fair, but okay. Fine, Tails. You go around with your plane. See if I can. And once again we got the supersonic racing music. And if you were listening very closely, you might have heard the words Sega Saturn just then. Well, it wasn't that easy to hear, but I did hear it, so... Yeah, I couldn't get the... like... I tried to, like, homing attack into that ring, that's what it's called. For some reason, the thing didn't want to work, it just did not want to register, so never mind. Yeah, this is obviously the rival level with Tails. Like I said, the characters we have, they don't always correspond to the level that you rescued the friend from. This does, unfortunately. I think the friend level corresponds with Chemical Plant. You'll see it in the next video, because that's obviously going to be the Chemical Plant ones. I think it works out like that, and I think it is the 3 from that era always associate with those levels. But I need to, yeah, I think it is. But they don't necessarily match up with the level you rescued them from. They've mixed it up a bit, they randomised it a bit. And this is the Doppelganger race. Okay, let me talk about clocks, because I've got literally nothing else to talk about with the races. That I'm not going to touch on in later parts. Basically, the clocks that you may have been seeing throughout some of these challenges, that I think you've got blue clocks, you've got yellow clocks, and there's a red one as well, which is very rare. But you may have seen me completely miss one in the Buzz Bomber challenge level. Basically, what the clocks do is they reduce your time. You'll notice there is a timer in the top left corner, and in the top right corner is a rank. Obviously, if you stay under the time listed next to the rank, you get that rank. When you pass that rank, it switches to the next rank down. You may have seen this in videos where I was getting A ranks and stuff. What the clocks do is they freeze the timer on the left. They actually cut time off, so it drops 5 seconds off, or it drops 10 seconds off for the yellow, and I think it's 20 for the red, which is nice. Yeah. For the races, I thought of one more thing I can mention on the races. You might be able to notice this, is that it's the exact same layout as the main level. There is no variation on this. Yeah, so basically you just memorise the layout in the main level and then come into the Doppelganger race and just do the race based on knowledge of the level. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more to it. Whereas everything else, the route changes. And sometimes that can be confusing when, like the friend races and things, they actually do change the layout of the level. So, that's fun. I love just sliding around with that thing. Anyway, we're almost done on this race. I wonder what the next challenge is, I can't remember. I haven't checked what the challenges are again. You got 173 rings out of that. Hooray! S rank. This is... This one is all about the jump panels and the jump rings. Basically, jump panels and jump rings, they give you a boost. They are a common thing throughout the Sonic series. Have they been in... Are they in Adventure onwards? I don't remember. But basically, some of the levels are based around little facets of the game world. This is obviously based on the jump rings and jump panels. There are 2 different types of jump panels and jump rings. There is the red one, or the orange one, whichever you want to feel like saying. The red/orange one is very simple. It's just it gives you a boost forward, and that's it. No more to it than that. The rainbow-coloured ones, however, they give you the ability to perform tricks. We will see more of those later on, so I'm not going to go into tricks too much right now. But you may have seen them in the main level. Me like doing the combo thing that kept coming up. But I'll explain that on one of the trick challenge things. I'm not doing too brilliantly on this. Disappointed in myself. So I'm currently on an A rank. So there we go. That was that challenge. Next challenge is when we get past the ranking. It is the 300% boost gauge challenge. You may notice straight away that Sonic's boost gauge is considerably larger than usual. The point is, they want you to just do the whole... I don't know what was going on there. They want you to do the whole thing by boosting for the most part. Not entirely possible, like this bit you can't really do that way. You've got to make sure that you kind of homing attack that buzz mama, or else you won't get onto that ledge. It does regenerate, you may have seen that. But if you complete this challenge, you actually unlock an extra ability, and that ability is a slightly bigger boost gauge thing. Whoops! Did see that. Yeah, what you can get at that is yeah, you get a slightly bigger boost gauge at the expense of something else, I'm not sure. For the tricks, I think I mentioned this in an early video, I will be showing you the tricks in a separate video at the end of all this. Look forward to that. So, those are the Green Hill Challenge acts.